And the guy on the mic is Rob Good, Program Director at the Forest City Velodrome.
This is the same race. 20 laps to go.
You can see Rob pacing back and forth in front of the track and from the tables.
If you're together, guys, we'll start you up. Off you go.
This race is a win and out. After a set number of laps, 20 in this case, the first sprint occurs. The first sprint in the race is for third. After 5 more laps, there is a sprint for second. And 5 additional laps sees this final sprint for first place. All other riders receive no placement. The race usually isn't fast because anyone lap in the field gate only gets third. So the faster racers tend to wait to the first place sprint to make their move. For this race, I was vying for third. The goal is to set myself out with 10 laps to go, somewhere around the 8th to 10th rider back. The idea being that with 2-3 laps to go, you would want to be near the front. So I was trying to position myself in the race accordingly.
Paul Bett out of Ancaster, Ontario, now taking over.
If you look carefully, you can see the lap counter with 17 to go above the yellow sign in the middle of the screen.
Burlington, Ontario, out of Ancaster, Steve Grundy. Steve Grundy out of Ancaster now takes over the lead. In second place, he'll be taking over the lead in just 2 shakes of a, hopefully, cat's tail. Or maybe not. Is Adam Pohl. Adam Pohl from Waterloo. There we go. Adam Pohl takes over the lead. Nobody crosses, guys. Nobody crosses. Conrad M. puts a little dig in, gets a 15-20 meter gap. He swings up. Mark Buckaway will take over. Mark Buckaway on the front, followed by Steve Grundy. Stop! So Steve Grundy on the front, Paul Bett in second, Mark Palma in third. We'd ask you, please do not cross the racetrack when the race is in progress. I hate to see little kids get smacked. So Steve Grundy on the front, his teammate on the front, just sort of setting no tempo at all. We'll see if the race comes back. Remember, the first sprint is for third place. Now the pack sort of says, I can pick up the pace a little bit. We've let Steve hang out there long enough. We'll bring him back nice and slowly.
It's more correct to say that we let Steve hang himself.
So Conrad M. on the front of the pack. Let's have a nice round of applause. Steve Grundy trying to set the tempo out in front by a good 15-20 meters.
And with 7 laps to go, Steve starts to tire.
Anja from the St. Catharines Cycling Club looks over her shoulder, gives way to Paul Bett, who stays on the front for a half a lap. Still 5 laps to go in this race. The first sprint is for third.
There. So the pack is charging up behind CHCH Steve when he blew up and swung up at the same time I was about to go over him. Apparently his coach told him to swing up.
I don't necessarily need to lead the entire way. Oh, look at Mark Buckaway goes off the front.
But this put me above the blue line, so when I rolled down the black, I was off the front of the pack with 3 laps to go.
Doesn't want to let it go up the road all together, all by himself. Still 2 to go. Don't cross.
And I got a big enough gap that no one could chase me down with only 2-3 laps to go.
So Mark Buckaway up the road. Lap and a half to go. He'll be looking for third place. Mark Buckaway, still 1 lap to go for Buckaway in third. And yes, looks like Mark Buckaway is going to take third position. Third for Buckaway. Nice job, Mark. Now we've got a 3-rider breakaway for the second position. Lauren Falkenstein, Adam Pohl.
Lauren's in the red and white, and Adam Pohl is in the green and black jerseys.
And Conrad M. are up the road.
And Conrad's on the back of this
Pack is going to have to put a big Big work in to close this gap down.
Watch the finish line.
Falkenstein, Pole, Conrad M. in that order. Steve Grundy, who was out in the lead about 10 laps ago, has to do all the work to pull this back now. Conrad M. with 2 laps to go. Conrad, Lauren Falkenstein, the Professor, and Adam Pole. 3 riders up the road. The field of 3 riders in big, big trouble. With a lap to go, 1 lap to go, riders for second place. Who's going to be sprinting for second, and then who's going to try and make it to the end for the lead, for the win? Looks like Adam Pole's going to take second. Adam Pole takes second. And now
Adam's in
there's
the green
2 riders
jersey
up
on the
the
front.
road, gunning for the lead. Conrad M., Lauren Falkenstein. Are they going to ride to... Oh, nice and straight, Anja. Please be careful, Anja. Come on off, guys. Nice job, Adam. Adam got second. Lauren Falkenstein puts a little dig in with 3 laps to go. Looks like the rest of the field strung out. Let's have a nice round of applause. Lorne was lurking in the middle of the pack. Now he's got a nice lead. Oh, here comes Palma, though. Does he have enough to bring him back with a lap and a half to go? Falkenstein, the Professor out of the University of Western Ontario. He's looking behind him. You shouldn't be looking behind him because Palma is coming. Half a lap to go. Falkenstein puts his hands on top of the bars. Pretty confident. And yes, Falkenstein wins it. Falkenstein for first. Adam Pole for second. Nice job, guys. Excellent. And Mark Buckaway for third. That a boy, Mark. So we've got future
This video
star.
was made with 2 cams on the bike,
But I'm
1
gonna put
cam
the,
on the announcer's booth, and recording the audio off the PA system.